All right. Glad to be back on the case. They brought me back in. Had to take a little break. I was getting too many death threats and madness. All right. My opinion, Sean Harmon's father is not on the recording. Now, here's my other theory that somebody might have got their hands on this recording and video and might have doctored it. Is it possible? Yes. My opinion, my comparison, I compared the voices of Bridge or the guy on the recording of the Delphi case of the cell phone and Sean Harmon also. And there's a couple other people that did it. To me, it don't sound like them. My guess and match is Chadwell. But here's the thing. See, we might be dealing with some sicko where they had a voice. Now, I've seen a movie about this. The killer never spoke. Why? Because he took recordings of people's voices and put them together and recorded them on small recorders. And then as he did his killings and he knew that there was a chance maybe that he was being recorded or whatever it was, he used a recorder of someone else's voice. Now, when I listened to the recording of the Delphi girls, the phone recording, I hear two things. When the guy says guys, and then the other one down the hill. There ain't a similarity there. One of them sounds like Chadwell, Brian James Chadwell, who is in prison right now. And he is saying that he's not confessing to the murders. Well, nobody is going to confess to killing two little girls and possibly sexually assaulting them and stuff. No one's going to admit to that. Do I think he had help? I believe so. I believe so. And here's the thing, people have made all these speculations, but here's the main thing in this case is they haven't released the information or any photos of how the girls were found, how they were killed, even if they crossed the river. Now, if they crossed the river, the murders happened between 2:30 and 5 o'clock. The sun's starting to go down at 5. If them two girls crossed the river, and the river probably was high in February, their clothes would have been drenched, at least from the waist down or the knees down or whatever, you know. And at 5 o'clock at night in the middle of February, the sun going down, well, and there's a wind. Although it was 45 degrees that day, but there was a wind, which it would have made it feel even colder, and especially the sun going down at 5 o'clock. Well, it's starting to get cold. The clothes would have still been wet, damp, at least. There would have been signs that they crossed the river. Now, there was a shoe found downstream, I believe, in one of the videos I've seen. That's very easily, possibly, someone threw it in the river. Why? Well, probably to try and get it to seem like they crossed the river or downstream somewhere. Here's the whole thing with the case. In the police press release, the police officer said, you might be in this room with us. Now, who would be in the room of a press release from the police department? There's only so many people that could be in there. It's a press release. They check people. That means somebody having press credentials or acting as an investigator or something like that, or a police officer. or an FBI agent. Them are usually the only people that are in a police press release. Is the press. Only the press is allowed in there, and police officers. That was a key thing in the case. Another thing was that, why am I believing Chadwell? If it was Chadwell and the video was not, and the recording and the video was not doctored, why do I believe it's Chadwell? Because I match the voices up with his TikTok videos, Facebook, YouTube. It sounds like Chadwell, the way he phrases things, the way he pronounces it, the way he acts when he talks and pronounces his phrases and everything. So I'm going with Chadwell. If the video and the recording was not doctored, meaning edited, or someone tried a setup, which is very possible. When I hear the video recording or the recording on the phone, it sounds crackly, poppy. That tells me that it sounds like maybe a recording, or it was being muffled or something was going on. Either clothes were rubbing up against the microphone or something, but it sounded poppy, meaning pops and clicks in it, real staticky. And that usually don't happen unless it's a recording of something else on top of another recording. I don't know. Is it possible? Sure is. Listen, I've watched a lot of cases on this stuff ever since COVID and I was locked down. I haven't been playing guitar because someone asked me to watch some videos and give my opinion on it. I have a disability and my brain works different than other people's. I'm good at recognizing voices because I'm in the music thing. I record music, play music. It's like a band. You can hear a man sing and you could say, hey, that's Robert Plant. That's Geddy Lee. That's David Gilmour. That's you get used to the voice. And I've been listening to that voice on the recording of the girls for a long time. And I believe it to be the most similar pattern and pitch and phrasing to be Brian Chadwell, who is now already in prison and custody for a kidnapping of his next door neighbor's 9-year-old girl. Did he used to live underneath a bridge and was homeless? Yes. There was a couple people that he was hanging out with that were homeless, and at that time were in Indiana. And he had belonged to a group, a gang, a club. That's what he called it. It was a club that he belonged to. Okay. That means a club means many. A gang, whatever you want to call it, means more than one person. And when the police came out and said that there was numerous videos or numerous voices on the video, on the recording on the phone of Abby and Libby, or whoever, whatever girl's phone it was, that was a key clue. And people are saying, well, they meant there was more than just, there was one other person's other than Abby and Libby's. No, because if you remember in that press release where the sheriff told them, we might have already interviewed you, we might have already talked to you, and yada, yada, yada. And then the reporter in that video asked, how many, you mean there was numerous voices on the recording? You mean Abby and Libby's and the perp, the killer? And the police officer said, no, there was numerous voices on the recording other than Abby and Libby's. And that told me that there was more than one person there. There was more than one person there. Now, there was reports of a man and a woman arguing that day underneath the bridge or by the bridge on the side of the road. Now, what does that tell me? Well, that tells me there was other people there There was nobody that heard a scream, a gunshot, nothing. What does that tell me? That very well tells me possibly maybe the girls weren't even killed there. I'm not saying that's what happened, but they were staged and placed there. And that's possible. Like I said, we don't know yet because the police have not come out with all that information. And for these people to be making all these videos saying, well, this is what, well, how do we know that? People were saying, I've seen videos where they said there was dolls scattered around the Abby and Libby, that they were their heads were chopped off and their fingers were chopped off and they were placed in sexual positions. And, the police haven't come out with that information. How did these people get all that information? It was supposed to be a hush-hush case, even for the police. They were told not to talk about it because it was an ongoing investigation. How did all that information get out? It's been 5 years and they haven't even released crime scene photos or anything. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, you're sick. Why would you want to see that? Well, because in order to solve the case, we might be dealing with a setup. We might be dealing with just one sick individual or many sick individuals. And they might have killed before and left MOs similar to what happened to Abby and Libby. There's been reports that Abby's grandparents or whatever was a biker and got in an argument or an altercation the day before the girls came up missing with some biker. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that seems kind of fishy. He has an altercation with another biker from a different club or whatever, and then all of a sudden the two girls come up dead. That's what I'm talking about, is the police haven't released most of this information. We really don't know what's true and what ain't true. But I'm guessing from what I can hear. Now, like I said, we don't know if that video and that recording has been doctored at all. Meaning someone got their hands on it before it was released to social media and did a little bit of tinkering with it. Very well possible. Now, there's people out there that are saying that the police were involved in it. Maybe it was an off-duty, disgruntled police officer or somebody. Very well could be. We don't know what we're dealing with. And I would say that there was probably more than one person on the recording or somebody close by, close enough where that recorder picked up other voices. And that's what's fishy about the whole thing, is there was reports of people actually being on the bridge on that trail at the same time as the girls were being killed and didn't hear one thing. Not a peep out of a 13 and 14-year-old girl scared to death. I'm sorry, but they would have been screaming for their lives. At least one of them would have said, run, go get help. I ain't buying it. Well, they stuck together because they were best friends and everything. You know what? When it comes to life and death like that, I think the girls, one of them would have reacted and been scared and ran. And the other one would have said, go get help or whatever. And the one girl only lived a mile away from where the murders took place. If you blow up the Delphi area, the bridge, you can see the house in the photo. It was only a mile away, mile and a half, if that. They could have ran. They knew that area. Them girls knew that area. They were there many a times. So it just didn't make sense to me. What are we dealing with? I don't know. It could be a cover-up. It could be what I'm thinking. The one voice on the recording is definitely Brian Chadwell. No way around it. Now, how did that video or his voice get on that recorder? That I don't know yet. I'd have to listen to it. The real shit that the police had, the phone, the data from the phone to say that recording has been edited, meaning it sounds like somebody recorded somebody's voice and then could have possibly walked up with a recorder just and knew they were being filmed and hit the recorder, and then someone's voice came out on it. I've seen a movie like that once. What we're dealing with here could be copycat killers that go around and do stuff like the movies. A lot of people were saying it was a movie. Well, if it was a movie, they should have called the authorities and let them know we're filming in this area, or let your town know, or whatever. Join your local Facebook town hall. Hey, we're shooting a movie out here. If you get any calls or anything, unless it comes from certain people, but from what they're saying, that wasn't happening. So there's a lot of things that didn't add up in this case, and that was one of them. Was videos out there saying that they were shooting or production or something out there with some other movie. We don't know. It could have been just all made up for entertainment, for what some videos are saying. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Now, most of these people didn't come out of the woodwork until there was a reward. Then they came out of the woodwork. Oh, we know what's going on. We got to, well, that reward just recently came out a year ago or whatever. I didn't even know about a reward. I had no idea there was a reward. That's what they're saying. I don't know if that's true or not. I wouldn't believe it, but like I said, I had no idea there was a reward put out for the case. Now, the police won't let us listen to the other voices because it's pretty gory. So I imagine probably there was other people there on the recording. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, they think maybe the voice changed because the girls put the phone in the pocket, maybe, or something, and it was being muffled or filtered through clothing. But you should be able to get a pretty good idea of whose voice was on that recording. The voice I'm hearing, and from what I compared it to, the Brian Chadwell videos that he has out, the phrasing on it, the similarities are there. The pitch, the tone of it, the way he phrases things, they're all there. I would say it'd be a pretty good match. But here's the thing. There's so much popping and cracking going on. I'm wondering, are we listening to the real recording? Or was it doctored? Or was it a setup? Meaning someone came there, knew exactly what they were going to do in case they were being recorded, or a phone or whatever. They could have used a recorder, hit the button, and it's told them what to do, gave them instructions what to do. It's very well possible. Now, bridge guy, the guy walking across the bridge, similarities to Chadwell, but also similarities to someone else. So that would tell me there was probably two people helping. Especially, I think it would be just too much for one guy to control both girls that fast while there was other people on the path that day. So I'm thinking maybe they were ambushed. They sent a deploy down to push them one way, and then somebody or other people came up the other way. It's possible. We don't know until they release all the information. How were the girls killed? I have no idea. I wasn't there, so I have no idea how they were killed, nor do any of these other YouTube video people. We're not sure how the girls were killed, and we're not sure if some of the videos that they made saying that the girls were chopped up and their fingers were chopped up and they had sticks poking out of them and carved up and everything. We don't know if that's true or not. We don't know. We have no idea. Only the killer would know. Only a person that was there would know what happened to him. Now, I'm having speculations on one person because there is proof that that person did live out here in this area and was known in certain communities and stuff uh, for doing bad things, drugs and stuff like that. And then there's another suspect that I think is possible to the match of the voice on the recording, but we won't know until the police release all of the recording. I know it's going to be gory. It's going to be heartbreaking, but in order to solve the crime, you can't. Any real investigator would say, you're giving me this, a 40-second clip of a guy walking down a bridge, and then a 40-second clip of a voice, and that's it? And you want me to go off of that? What manner were they killed? You know, did they cross the bridge? When they were found, was the clothes wet? Did you send up a dog to sniff all the way to the water? And then if they say, well, we lost the scent, okay, then take the dog, put him in a boat, and you go across the river and you see if he picks up a scent right out of the river from there. If he did, well, then they crossed the river. If not, they didn't cross the river. If them clothes ain't wet, they were found the next day. They were out there looking the night that the girls were killed in that area and didn't find anything. The next day, later on in the afternoon, at night, supposedly close to night or whatever, the girls were found positioned there and dolls scattered around. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but my opinion is the voice on the recording, if it is the real recording, sounds like Brian Chadwell and one other guy, but we can't mention his name yet because everybody's afraid of retaliation and people being threatened and demons being sent and all kinds of stuff going on. But there you go. That's my opinion. Do I think Dennis Harmon is the guy on the voice of the recorder? No. Is Dennis Harmon the guy walking down the bridge? I don't think so. I think Sean Harmon's dad died, I don't know, a couple years ago or something, or something like that. He was in his 70s, close to it. I mean, if the murders were that brutal as what these videos are saying that were made, I don't see a 70-year-old man with cancer and on his deathbed. Even if he died last year, I still don't see it. A 60-year-old man, if he was 70, then he was 65, pulling off something like that. So quiet, so nobody hearing nothing. Nobody, no gunshot, no, how were the girls killed? Like I said, I've seen movies where these sick people, hey, I believe it. Could they record someone's voice and then instead of using their own voice, they lured the girls there, sent a deploy out or whatever, walked up, hit a button on a recorder, and it played someone else's voice? Very well possible. We might be looking at a setup, or we might be looking at a cover up. How did that video, that recording get released? Who was it released to? Who had it before the police released it? That's where the FBI should have came in real fast and real strong and said, give us that phone and any crime scene photos you got. We don't know. The girls could have been strangled. The girls could have been, there was been no reports of any gunfire. So that means, well, they might not have been shot. We don't know. They won't let us listen to all the video. They keep saying it's too gory. We'll let you listen to this. Anything after that, no. Well, I can't go on one voice. I mean, I can. My opinion is it's Brian Chadwell. I think him and a couple other guys of his group, his club, his gang, might have went ahead. It might be true. Mike Patty might have had a run-in with another biker gang. It's known that Mike Patty is a biker. It's known that he had friends that were bikers. If he had an altercation with another bike club or someone else, and then the next day the girls pop up dead, well, it kind of makes a fishy thing there. I'm sitting back going, well, if I'm a good investigator, I got to keep that on the table. It could have been a retaliation kill. It could have been, had nothing to do with Mike Patty or biker gang, and the girls were lured there. And, you know, the girls could have knew someone that was dealing drugs. It could have been. They found out that Eric was a informant and killed the girls. Do I think the Mexican mafia did it? No. Do I think the Italian syndicate did it, or any syndicate? No. No, I think we're dealing with something here. Something's going on down there, down south. There's been reports that people know Sean Harmon that live up here by me up north. I think we're dealing with one crime channel, maybe a couple crime channels that are shitting in their pants because we're onto them. You know what else was a real big thing was Sean Harmon started accusing Anthony Greeno of using him for something. And I was like, whoa. I had to play that video back a couple times. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here now? We got Sean Harmon, the guy that's saying his father was the killer and his kids were the killer and yada, yada, yada. Well, if we're dealing with a Charlie Manson, well, to Sean Harmon, Brian Chadwell and these other guys might be his children. We don't know yet. But that was pretty fishy to me when Sean Harmon started saying to Anthony Greeno, you used me for views and you used me for this and that and you're this and that. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? You know, so I watched both videos and then I did a Delphi murder video myself, and the infamous Sean Harmon came into my chat room and I let him explain his story. And my mods wanted to get him out of there, but I told him no. Let him stay as long as he's respectful. Let him explain his story. And he did 3 times or 2 times the same thing over and over again. His dad was the killer, yada, 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 yada. You know, so is the voice Dennis Harmon's? No. No. That's not, I'm not saying Dennis Harmon might not have been there. I don't know. He's a 65-year-old guy, 67 years old or whatever. at that time of the murder, 2017. That was what, 4 or 5 years ago. If he was 70 this year and he died, that would have made him 65, 66 years old. Do I see them doing not without help, people? I don't think an old 67-year-old man probably would have been able to do it by himself. And that's why I'm saying, and the police gave that clue out there. And that was the clue I heard in the police press release, was there was more than one person on the recording. And then the interview guy, the reporter, said, "You mean just Abby and Libby's and someone else's?" And the cop said, "No, numerous voices on the recording." That told me there was more than one person there. Listen, they came here with the cops and made me take down all kinds of videos with a piece of paper stating if I don't take these videos down. I took down 800 videos on the Delphi case and the Gabby Petito case. My thing, my profile of Brian Laundrie is he was a terrorist in the works. He loved burner phones, SIM cards, burner laptops and everything, the books that he read. Every video I seen of Gabby with him, it seemed like she was a hostage. He loved the outdoors and the mountains. Yeah, well, we just spent 20 years over in Afghanistan fighting terrorists that use hot phones, SIM cards, and they love the great outdoors in the mountains. So it's hard to track them and find them. So that was my opinion on Brian Laundrie. He was a terrorist in the making. And I'm going to stick with my guns. The voice I'm hearing, if the voice was not doctored, if it is actually the recording on the phone and not somebody trying to set somebody up, they had DNA. What DNA? Was it touch DNA or is it legit DNA? You know, how we need the crime scene photos released. We need to see what order these women died, these young ladies, whether they were strangled, shot. You know, some of the videos, they were beheaded and their fingers were chopped up and they were penetrated sexually with sticks and all kinds of stuff. You know, we're dealing with a sicko, a nutso, possibly whacked out on drugs, whacked out on something, maybe a revenge killing, maybe trying to set somebody up for, you know, we don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. That's all. I didn't even want to watch this crap. I was doing great playing music, cover songs, and recording in Pro Tools until somebody asked me to watch a dang crime scene thing, give me my opinion on it. And I did. And ever since, hell has opened up on me. So do I think, you know, a lot of people are saying Sean Harmon is bridge guy. Well, possibly could be. It could be some other guy that I think fits this description of bridge guy, you know. But they're just theories and opinions. They won't let us see the whole clip. How long was it before that guy came walking up? If they were so scared, she would have kept the camera going. She would have kept the phone going, holding it up to his face so we got a clean look at him as soon as he came walking up. How long was it before he came walking up to the girls before the voice starts on the recording, on the video? I mean, there's a lot of questions I want to ask the authorities and the police. You know, what time are we looking at? Did that guy come walking up and she kept the camera on the whole time? So we can get a good look at his face and then put the phone away. in her pocket or whatever. But how long before that guy comes up real close to him and the voice starts? That's a key thing. That guy on the bridge could have kept walking. It could have been 10 minutes after that guy walked by and then something happened and someone else was there. I don't know. We don't know. They haven't released that information. So that's my opinion on it. Could Sean Harmon be bridge guy? He could. He was homeless. He knew a lot of people out there at that time. There's people saying that he was out in that area at that time. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Matter of fact, I was on video at that time playing music. So, I don't know. I don't know. But my opinion is one of the voices is Brian Chadwell, if it wasn't doctored. If it's the original recording, we need to listen to the other part of the recording. How crystal clear is it? Is the popping and scratching noise I'm hearing from the close, or is it from a tape being played? See, when I record music sometimes, back in the olden days, you use a recorder, a reel-to-reel tape machine. And on that tape machine, well, you would have pops and clicks and static. That's telling you that it is not a digital recording. It is a reel-to-reel tape recording. So there's a lot of things I want to ask the authorities, but they're trying to turn it into where the civilians that are trying to help solve the case. Now it's become a power trip. Well, it ain't no power trip to me. I can shut the dang YouTube channel off and say, I don't give a crap. It didn't happen to me or mine or my family. So who, or anyone I know. So who gives a crap? But then what kind of a citizen would I be? I got kids now and grandkids, and that changes your life. Good God, I wouldn't want something like that to happen to one of my grandkids or one of my children. 30 years ago, 30 years ago, I would have said, who gives a crap? It didn't happen to anyone I know, so I really don't care. That's the way I was 30 years ago when I was all messed up and on drugs or whatever, drinking heavy to kill the pain from my concussions and everything. But I overcame and adapted the pain and the addiction, and I've been clean for many, many years. And I don't even say I'm an alcoholic anymore because I beat it. The drugs, everything, the heavy drugs and everything, I beat it. So I don't consider myself an addict or a drunk. I beat it. I don't miss it one day, not one day. My worst days today are greater than any of my days back then. So they asked me to watch a video and my analysis of the case, and that's what I did as a couch potato YouTuber, crime investigator. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I even compared the two voices, Dennis Harmon's, to the recording on Abby or Libby's phone, and it is not a match. I'm going with Brian Chadwell, and there was one other voice on there because to me it seems like the two voices are different. When they say the guys, that seems a little bit different than the one down the hill. So to me, I'm guessing we might be, we need to talk to the authorities on this. I'm no professional, but I am into recording music and listening to recordings tediously, because that's what you do when you record, or you're listening how to sing a song or play a song. You listen to that recording over and over again, thousands of times, until you learn how to play the song or learn how to sing the song, the phrasing in the song, the way the lyrics are presented. And it's the same thing with a recording on a phone for a crime case. And my opinion is Chadwell is one of them. And I'm guessing there's two other guys that I have as suspects. That's my opinion. You know, we don't know what we're dealing with, and it would be nice if the authorities would come out and say, "Okay, we're going to show you what we got. Here is the full recording and video of the crime case and Abby's phone, and here's all the crime scene photos, and this is what kind of DNA we have. It's legit DNA, or if it's just contact DNA. This contact DNA is garbage, if you ask me. You can buy a shirt from the store and not wash it, and there's still be DNA on there from the people that packaged it or made it, from sweat or any other spit or anything, or just touching it. So we need legit DNA, semen, spit, something like that, saliva, hair, a fingerprint, something definite, because contact DNA is everywhere. It's on everything. You go to a store and buy a gallon of milk, there's contact DNA on that, meaning someone touched it. You know, now, when did they touch it? I don't know. It could have been a week ago. It could have been 2 weeks ago. Who knows? We don't know. So, like I said, be safe. There's one other guy out there that I'm chatting with that's a crime investigator out there. Makes some great videos. Funny dude. But in a case, everybody is suspect. Even the police now, their names have been brought up as suspects. You know, everybody is all these people that are investigators on YouTube were questioned about the case. Why? I don't know. Usually they don't question anybody unless they have something to do or involved in a case or a violent history, or the same kind of pattern of the Delphi girls. And that's the only thing I can think of why these people were questioned. You know, I know Greeno is saying that the killer might have called him. Well, he might have. Maybe that's why the police questioned him. Who knows? You know, maybe that's why they took his phone and won't give it back. But usually, if all they want is the information off of it, which the police could have got that pretty easily off of the phone and then gave the phone back to Anthony Greeno, but they won't give him his phone back. Why? I don't know. But usually they have their whiz computer guy go into the phone, take and download the information and the phone number or whatever, and they would have all that information. They'd say, here's your phone back, but they're not giving him his phone back. And I've seen videos out there where people are complaining, you know, what the heck's going on? Why won't they give him his phone back? Even Anthony Greeno was complaining about it. I don't know. Something's going on. I would suggest, I would think something's not adding up here. Something ain't right. Now, you guys can make your own theories or suspicions, but I've been listening to the recordings of Chadwell, the way he phrases things, the way he says things, the tone of his voice, you know. And I'm going with Chadwell as the guy that I'm hearing on the recording of the Delphi killings. But, and here's the big thing, I'm hearing a lot of static and popping. And usually I hear that in recordings of music when we're recording on tape, reel-to-reel tape. So I need to hear that video more. They need to release the original video or something. They need to put it through some analyzer, maybe some filters to try and clean it up, take some of the gain out of it and the sustain or the saturation out of it to see if they can clear it up. But from what I'm hearing, I'm getting Chadwell. And please, people, keep in mind the police did say in the video that there was numerous voices on the recording. Okay? So a lot of people are just looking for one guy, but why would they say there was numerous recordings or numerous voices on the recording of the phone? And I heard the reporter himself say, "You mean just Abby and Libby's and the killers?" And the sheriff said, "No. Other than Abby and Libby's, there was numerous voices on the recording." So that tells me there was more than one person there, or there was somebody real close enough for that phone to pick up voices. So something's up. I need more information on this case, Delphi Lafayette. Now, does it look like Dennis Harmon on the bridge? No. The guy on the bridge is a little more beefier. And I think taller than Dennis Harmon, and the voice ain't matching up at all. And I don't see a 67-year-old man taking control of two young, vibrant. These girls were in softball. These girls can run. You understand? You know, they might have been, one of them was skinny, but the other one was a little bit more muscular or whatever. These kids, you know, they were, and that's what they were, kids, 13 and 14. I'm sure they would have screamed for their life. And even if they were best friends, one of them would have said, "Go get help," and would have took off running. And they were familiar with that area. Good God, they only lived a mile away. The one girl lived a mile and a half away or something. They could have ran to the house. And it ain't making sense. I need to know, did they cross that water? That's what I need to know. If they didn't cross that water, it's possible that them two girls were taken from there, killed, and then dropped off there and staged. That's what we need to know. Did they cross that water in February? They would have been waist high from runoff from the snow melt. It would have been high and it would have been cold. I don't care if it was 45 degrees out. There was a wind that day in February. Okay, I only lived 5 hours, 6 hours away from there. And it was, I remember that day, it was cold here. I mean, it was nice in the 40s, but there was a wind. And at 5 o'clock at night, between 3 and 5, 2:30 and 5, or whatever they're saying, the sun is going down. It's in the middle of February. It's starting to get real chilly. And if they would have crossed that river, them closed the next morning, because the temps dropped down to 20 something degrees that night. I looked at the weather and I watched all the videos. It dropped down real cold. Them clothes would have still been wet. There would have been signs that they crossed that river. The dogs would have been able to sniff up to that river. And then if they were any kind of investigators, they would have took them dogs on the other side of the river and picked up a scent there. And if they did, real close to the river, coming right out of the river, then that means they crossed the river. But we don't know that until they release all the information. So there you guys go. I hope they find little Summer Wells, but I think the photos that I seen explain exactly what happened to little Summer. I hope they find her. I hope they find little Michael Vaughn, nickname AKA Monkey. That's another one I'm looking at, that case, because is that a cold case? How long was it before that little kid? When did that little kid come up missing? Because some of the YouTube stuff we look for on Google ain't adding up with that case. Are we looking for a kid that's 16, 17, that possibly was kidnapped uh, many years ago and now he's a teenager? Because I'm getting some good, I come up with somebody that might be, that looks similar to him, but now isn't 16 or something like that. So that's what we need to know. Are these cold cases that some of these people are putting out on YouTube that haven't, had any good info on, and they're putting it out there and saying it happened yesterday, and we're looking for a little 5-year-old kid or a 7-year-old boy, when really it happened 12 years ago or whatever, 15 years ago, and the kid's 16 or 17 now or whatever. There's a lot of things I think about when it comes to that, and you have to think about that in a crime case because, like I said, these might be cold. Some of these cases might be cold cases that they've had no info on, and it's been 10 years or 5 years or whatever, and then they put it out to try and get more info, but they put it out like it happened yesterday. And here we are looking for a little 5-year-old kid, Mikey Vaughn, when really it happened 12, 13 years ago, and the kid's 16 or 17 years old by now, and it's trying to throw us off. But I don't know. That's my opinion on the Delphi case. Do I think Dennis Harmon is the one on the recording? No. On the voice recording? No. No. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't there. I don't know. He don't look like the bridge guy too much to me. He looks, for a man that was dying of cancer and everything, like everyone was saying, he had a lot of weight on him. So it didn't match up with the photos that I seen of Dennis Harmon or the voice recordings. It don't match up. There was a certain way the voice recordings on Abby and Libby's, the guy that was on that recording, the way he phrased things, the way that his pitch, his vocal radar, his vocal identity was more similar to Chadwell. The way Chadwell phrased things, I'm going with Chadwell, is one of them. I think there was probably more. All right, guys, I'm done with this. I got to make dinner for my little brother. I made him breakfast today, or brunch. Scrambled eggs with cheese and toast. So tonight, I don't know. I think I might have sweet and sour chicken tonight. I'm not sure. He likes that. And what's good is he lives right down the hall from me, so I can, just pop in there and here's some food and whatever. If I got to help him clean up or whatever. So that's one good thing, but I'm thinking about moving soon once my car is paid off here. I'm thinking. But there you go. That's my opinion on it. Now, some of you guys out there making videos, be safe. Believe me, they're doing everything they can to get these videos taken down. They made me take down a lot. I didn't think it was possible. I thought it was freedom of speech or whatever, but I'm trying to get them videos back from YouTube. So YouTube, if you can somehow find them videos that I deleted, I don't know how many, 800, I think, or 400 and something, or 1,000. I don't know. It was a lot. I deleted all my live stuff. Yeah. Now, was it a tactic because I was onto it? Close. I think probably. I don't know. But I did take down the videos because they said if I don't, then there's chances I can get kicked out of here or sued or whatever. So I took them down. Although they said I was not being sued or in any trouble or not slandering anybody, I had to take the videos down because, well, I have a feeling I was probably way too hot. And I don't know. It's my movie, my show. So, but my computer was hacked also. Now, could it have altered the hacker got in and has taken over my channel, my views, my subs? I don't know. Could be. I'm not too bright when it comes to computers. I mean, if you want me to run a studio, open up Pro Tools or Cakewalk or uh, Mixcraft or Cubase or whatever, I could do that, record music. That's what I do. But all this crap on YouTube and what you got to do and all this and that, and even on the computer, period, I'm not too. If it ain't running a studio, I'm not too bright when it comes to the rest of this. I don't even know how to post something in my own chat. I've been on dang YouTube for 12 years or 10 years or something like that. I'm guessing probably at least 10 years. And Facebook. And I can't even post a thing in my own chat. They're like, don't you know how to post something in your own chat? No. I just plug my guitar in and go. And they just ask me, check this video out. I check it out. That's about it. Then I give my rapport on it or whatever, my analysis on what happened or whatever. No, I don't even know how to post something in my own chat. I guess you go up to the video and something about copying the UL number or whatever, and then you post it. And I don't know. I got to figure it all out. I need a beautiful, smart woman. And them are hard to come by these days. They're hard to come by. But anyways, I posted all around. This is my movie. Even on my Facebook channel, I belong to the LaGrange County Facebook channel. I was even posting on there. My name's Johnny Kramer. I'm going to be shooting a movie. Stay away from me and mine. And all you corrupt people, stay away. This is my show. And I had people commenting on there. This town's been corrupt for a while, and that's it. And these people are, and whatever. I'm shooting a movie. Stay away. They're all like, "What? Yeah, I'm doing a movie here." The whole town has become a set. So that's my opinion on the Delphi case. A lot of people upset at Sean Harmon. What's going on? What's this and that? Some people are thinking he could be involved in it. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't hang around with them kind of people. I don't know any of these people personally. I've been on guitar channels and doing guitar stuff. And folks, don't forget to check out Dave's guitar channel at 10 o'clock at night. Mitch Heyman's channel on Thursday nights or Wednesday nights. The Mishmash. Who else? Joe's channel. I'm on guitar channels. I do guitar stuff. Why did I get mixed up in these cases and give my analysis on them? I have no idea. I probably should stop it. Everyone keeps telling me get back to playing music and recording music. Well, I am this winter. I'll be back in Pro Tools. Oh, guys, don't forget. People, don't forget. Don't forget. The 27th through the 30th on Waves. Free plugin Black Friday giveaway. Hey, a free plugin is better than nothing. My opinion. No. A lot of people talking about they're looking for people that use guys in phrases a lot. I find that to be hilarious. What does that have to do with the crime? So now we're looking. How many people say the word guys? Just about every YouTuber, just about everybody in the world, if they're around other people, they say guys. If there's a group of people, all right, guys, let's go. Or all right, guys, let's hang out here. All right. You know, that I wouldn't go by. I would go by the main things that they showed us and the police said. And that's what I did. And that's what I heard in the videos and in the press release of the police. One of the key things was you might already be in this room, or we might have already talked to you. Well, who's allowed in that room when the police are doing a press release? Only press or investigators or people that are, that's it. That's it. Or police. That's it. That's the only people that are allowed in them. In them is reporters, investigators, and police. That's it. So that was a key thing when that sheriff got up there and said, you might already be in this room, or we might have already interviewed you or talked to you. That was a key thing. That was a key clue in the case to me. Now, I know a lot of other people are saying you're nuts, but that was a key thing. That means that they talked to somebody, or it had to do with somebody that they know, whether it be a police officer, a reporter, or an investigator or something like that. Another thing is you're popular, and people are gonna flip out when they know you had a part or a hand or the cause of this. He might not have did the killings, but he was the cause of what happened. So that was another key thing. That was another key thing. Where's Eric? Well, you probably won't find Eric. If he was an informant and if he's being protected in witness protection or whatever, you won't find Eric. That was the father of one of the girls that was killed. You probably won't find him. He's probably being protected, witness protection. If he was an informant, could it have went bad? Someone found out that he was an informant. They killed the girls to send a message to him. It could have been, but I know this: it wasn't the Mexican mafia, and I know it wasn't the syndicate, because the syndicate is the mob. The mob is the Italians or the Irish or the Jews. And I know they don't kill little girls, not even to send a message. That's bad business. Word would have got out that these people are killing little girls and children. That's a rule in the syndicate. You don't touch family members or children. But then again, the syndicate could have changed. I don't know. So there you go. What do I think? I think as I speak right now, there's probably people in my chat. I'm not looking at my screen right now, but there's probably people in my chat doing all kinds of things, threatening, whatever, Now, from what I heard, now the Masons got brought into this, with Sean Harmon mentioning his dad was a Mason. And, now I imagine the FBI and the CIA will probably be going into the Masons. See, when I grew up, the Masons, this was 50 years, when I was growing up, you learned a trade. And it was about working, learning, building things. When I was a tradesman 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever, it was about learning how to build. This secret thing that they had, I wasn't a part of. I didn't know anything about it. I learned how to build with my hands, roofing, concrete, carpentry, electrician stuff, all kinds of stuff, putting siding on. I didn't belong to no organization because they want money for that. It's like the union. Once you get the union, you got to pay union dues. You got to pay money. It's good, but it's also bad because you don't know what you're into. So I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about the Masons. I don't know them. I know this: they don't kill little girls. So this whole thing that Sean Harmon was talking, that his dad was a Mason and this and that, and I wouldn't doubt it if the Masons killed him if he killed two little girls. They just don't do that. And if they do, they usually send a message showing that it was definitely the Masons. Usually they put bricks in people's pockets, in their front pockets. You know, we could be dealing with a copycat killer trying to throw people off, or someone trying to set someone up. And don't take anything off of the table. If you're a real investigator, any scenario is, you never take nothing off of the table. Nothing. Because the world is so crazy. It could be something that you would never think of. It could have been a setup. It could have been somebody trying to set the Masons up. It could have been a drug deal. Someone found out about something and killed the two little girls or whatever. Usually Masons, they don't kill little young girls. Usually mafia, the syndicate, that's who the mob is. They used to go by the syndicate, but they changed. Some people call them the mafia. They don't kill little tiny girls. They have rules. That's a no-no. You know, that and selling drugs usually was a no-no in the real mafia, the real syndicate. So I don't know about that, but I'm going to bat for the Italians on that. I know it wasn't the real syndicate, it wasn't the real mob. They don't do that. So there you guys go. That's my opinion on the whole dang thing. Uh, yeah, a lot of us are getting death threats, getting all kinds of stuff, computers hacked, all kinds of crazy stuff. Hang in there, hunker down. Winter's coming. I got me some new gloves. Yeah, $4.99. Some real nice cloth gloves. Winter will be here eventually. If we get away with not having a lot of snow, that'll be fine. But sooner or later we're going to get some kind of snow. Really, you look at the weather pattern, it don't look too bad. I mean, I looked at it all the way into January and February, and I mean, it just don't, not a lot of snow. Maybe all these volcanoes erupting have actually changed the temperature a little bit, and we might get a break this winter. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say anything because we'll probably get 8 feet of snow. There you go. I got to make some dinner. You guys be safe. Shout out to some of you real crime channels out there that some of their theories make sense. Like I said, I don't take anything off of the table. All their theories could and very well possibly be right. There's nothing is impossible when it comes to money, drugs, power, sex, and idiots and sex offenders or whatever. These people didn't do this just one time. These are repeat offenders. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. We're talking 10, 12, 13. They got rap sheets longer than 10 feet, longer than your arms or whatever. And don't take off the table that it was a retaliation biker war or something. There's been biker wars going on and people getting busted that were biker gangs and pumping a lot of meth and drugs and prostitution and guns and everything are all over the place. It's exactly what the government said. It's a big ring of them. All right, guys, be safe. I got to get back to music. Maybe I'll write a movie script again this winter. Nothing to do. I'm not using my computer. I know that. God dang, everything I put in my computer, I got files missing, music that I wrote and everything. I did a song called Control. I played every instrument in it by myself, even the lyrics. I used a pitch shifter to make my voice sound like it was, from a beyond or a monster or whatever, that I was going to use for a thing I was working on. But when my computer got hacked, well, there went all that. Right now, we're probably watching it on the silver screen. Now, you guys be safe out there, because these people are really doing bad things. It ain't like me sitting here acting or doing a movie skit, or I know better. I can say I'm gonna take over the world. There's certain criterias you need to take over the world. You can't take over the world on a disability pay. It just is impossible. You can't take over the world with 120 subscribers. I don't fall into that category, and I ain't that dumb. There's one thing I love: family, God, family, and my freedoms. And much like Braveheart and Mel Gibson said, you might be able to take a lot, but you will never take our freedom. Yeah, he's true. All right, you guys have a great night. Be safe. Like I said, don't forget, the police did say there was numerous voices on the recording. Don't forget that. That was what they said, not me. I watched the video and the press release. That's what they said. My opinion is that Chadwell is one of them on the recording, if the recording was not doctored or edited in any way. I'm hearing Chadwell. That's who I'm hearing. And I know there's people out there that said, well, Chadwell said he didn't kill them 2 girls. Yeah, you think Chadwell's going to come out and say, yeah, I kidnapped this 9-year-old, molested her, and chained her up in my basement, and I also killed Abby and Libby? I don't think he would come out and confess it to the public. Now, behind closed doors, and if we put the heat on Chadwell, well, he might snap and cut a deal and say, I'll give you these guys, and we'll make sure you don't get butt raped in prison. And they might cut a deal with him. I don't know, but that's my opinion. The voice I'm hearing is Chadwell. Now, once again, I don't know if that recording was doctored or not, but the recording and the voice I'm hearing 2 voices. One is Chadwell. The other one, I'm not so sure yet. And they won't let us listen to the rest of the recording because they're saying it's too gory and the girls' lives were lost. But I say, if we got to hear everything and see every piece of evidence, every photo, everything they got, we need to see, or you can't solve a case. An investigator, a real one, will tell you that. Yeah, you want me to go off this, but yet you have proof of this, and you won't let us see the proof. You won't let us see the way these things were. We could be dealing with a serial killer. We don't know. I don't know. Be safe. I'll be back. I got to go deep undercover, cover. Deep web, or whatever they call it. I don't know. So much crap on it. Good God. Be safe, people. I got to get back to music, skits, something. What happened to SNL? I don't know. A lot of people are saying, well, it's changed. Everything has changed. Everything has changed, people. You know what hasn't changed? Raises on working man and women's paychecks. That hasn't changed. We wish that would go up. And the cost of living for us people on disability or Social Security or whatever, that hasn't changed. We wish that would go up. We wish a lot of things. Another stimulus check would be good before Christmas, but I doubt it. It's like the Grinch that stole Christmas. They know we need the money. They could have it here before Christmas. They could have had it before Thanksgiving. They could have said, look, we're the government. We care. We're going to give you another stimulus. It'll be there before Christmas so you can spend the money back into the stores and society. They get the money back in taxes, and people are like, what? Yeah, you're going to go spend that money, right? Well, every time you buy something, there's a sales tax on it for federal and state. You know that, right? What? Yeah. You pay into Social Security, huh? They don't even, yeah, that little thing on your check. Look for it. It says Social Security supplement or whatever, deduction or whatever, You pay for these things, but they get the money back. The government gives it to us. We go back into the stores and society and spend it. And they get that money back in tax money because we spend and pay taxes on it. God, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I got a disability and I'm not that dumb. Good God. I don't even make enough to pay taxes. But yet they still get tax money out of me. Every time I go buy something, there's a tax on it. The state gets a little bit. The federal government gets a little bit. They all get a little bit. And a little bit adds up to millions and millions and millions. I don't know. I got to do everything. I got to go down to the White House now and run the White House now. I mean, this is unreal. If I got to go anywhere to run anything, it'll be SpaceX, NASA, and possibly the Air Force or Marines or Pentagon. I'll go into that. This politic crap. I can't deal with religion stuff. And I just want to believe in God. That's it. You guys label yourselves. I don't pray to the devil. I pray to God. Couldn't tell you how to pray to the devil if my life depended on it. And the way things are going, I might have to go to the other side. I think that's what it is. If I don't take the number of the beast, I won't be able to do nothing. That's all right. I'm staying right here, boys. I will not fall to the number of the beast. That's my opinion. One of the voices sound like Chadwell. Whether the video is doctored or not, I don't know. But I'm going with Chadwell. And there's one other voice that I'm hearing. I'm hearing two different ones. I'm hearing the first phrase, and then I'm hearing the second phrase. And to me, it sounds like somebody's doing something there. And I'm not that dumb. I've been recording, and I know what tape editing and manipulation can do. So I'm thinking maybe we got two people right there in the one recording that you're hearing. So be safe. Sean Harmon's gone flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz on everybody. Anybody that disagrees with him or he don't like, he's gone flying monkey, praying mantis on everyone. So be safe. All these crime channels, some of them are really good. So be safe. I hope they find little Summer, but it don't look good. My opinion. From the video or the photos I've seen, it don't look good. But I hope they do. The longer she's gone, if she is alive, there's more time for them to hide her or whatever. So they got to put heat on the Wells family. They got to put heat on Chadwell. Come down hard on them. You're going out in the population, where they don't like people constantly kidnapping little girls and doing bad things. So, I mean, they got to put heat on these people. This whole thing with Sean Harmon, I have no idea. I don't. He's gone nuts. He's gone. He's gone flying monkey from the Wizard of Oz on everybody. threatening people, all kinds of stuff. And then people threaten him back. And then the authorities call us, the innocent ones, that he came onto our channels and threatened everybody. Facebook, YouTube, everybody was asking him, good God, please just stop. And he wouldn't. And then they come at the innocent people, the law-abiding citizens that's finally made a stand for themselves. And then you got the authorities and the police calling you going, are you threatening people? No, you didn't get the whole story, police or FBI. And I'm not the only one he threatened. But it's nothing to me. I'm not worried about Sean harming people or scared. He's probably just needs attention or something. He's got problems. He's been trespassing on a lot of people. He's got sicknesses and problems. And he needs help. He really does. Am I afraid of anything? No, I'm not afraid of nothing. Kidding me? I'm from Chicago, Illinois. We got rats out in Chicago that are more dangerous than some of these people. So, no, I'm not worried about it. Although I wish these people would stop conjuring demons and witches. And some of these ladies are pretty ornery on these YouTube crime channels and everything. And you're like, good God, no need for that. They will. You watch enough of this, these people will possess you. And that's why I'm done watching this crap for a while. It will rub off on you. It will. Brainwash. So there you guys go. Be safe. Take it easy. Take it light. Take it any way you can get it. But be safe. Keep an eye on your kids. These people are nuts. They'll pull right up to your door and knock on it. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. And your kid might be standing there. Next thing you know, they'll grab the kid and take off. They're nuts. Nuts. Are you kidding me? These people are literally taking kids from their front yards, backyards, anywhere they can. Why? Because they're terrorists. They hide behind children and innocent people and women. They're terrorists to me, but the government told me, well, you're going a little bit too bad. No, we'd have to lock up well, you better start, because to me, they're terrorists. They take little kids to hold them for ransom, or they hide behind them or use them to stay in our country. Well, this is my daughter. She was born in America. Yeah, you're black, and that kid looks like it's a white person or something. Oh, yeah, well, that's just her mother was white or what. Yeah, we're dealing with a big situation here in America. When they're kidnapping kids so they can stay in the country or get benefits or better. This is unbelievable. Look out, Canada. Here I come. Open the doors. Ireland. I am coming home, Ireland. McGregor, get out of the way. England, eh? I want to come home, eh? Germany, Switzerland, whatever that meant. I have no idea. But I'll tell you what, if this country gets any more crazier, I imagine people are going to be moving out. I don't know. It's nuts. Be safe, people. I got to make some dinner, take a shower, and relax. I had a couple things to do today, but it's just, they'll drive you nuts deliberately. It's like they're trying to drive people nuts with all this stuff to discredit you and to just drive you absolutely batty. MK Ultra at work. Now, you folks have a great day. Be safe. That's my opinion on the Delphi case. There was more than one person, and I believe there was many of them that probably knew about it, and it was a big ring of just evil people. Just evil. Make sure you can get or make sure you people get your Johnny Kramer Association, Dave Levine, Deli Force, Team One, Black Ops t-shirts. Hold on, my phone. Good God, won't they leave me alone? My phone rings 24/7. As soon as I turn my computer on and go to make a video, my phone starts ringing. Leave a message. They don't leave a message. When I pick up, they have everything they say. Shut your mouth. Quit making them videos. I got recordings that I deleted some videos, and there was actual people that I was recording that were calling me, sending me message to keep my mouth shut. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then all of a sudden people came here, police and everything, and we want to look around. You got A-10 warthogs and jets and everything? No, not here. Down at the base, but not here. You got aliens and shit in here? No, not here. 50 cals on tripod? No, I'm a YouTuber. I'm doing movie stuff. The cop was laughing. He left. Are you kidding me? No. No, everybody knows. Well, how can I get an A-10 warthog in my apartment? It's a jet. Military. You know, come on. You know, unbelievable. All right, folks, be safe. Talk to you later.